and the Carolina Panthers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
That's it. 180. Check. Mike 42. I'm coming.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Titans Ringo. Titans 8.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Jair Alexander up to make the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Watch the twist. Watch the 8. 20.
Back to throw, Newton. He's going to look deep for more. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Watch the safety creek. Here, Mike.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Let's go. Easy. Jump out.
Throwing again. Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Kill.
Here's Rodgers. That he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, Zoo. Check.
Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers going to throw. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. That's caught inside the 20. And a big 32-yard play on third. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
Jones. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. To throw on second and 6. Rodgers buying time to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23. Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey. Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Out of the gun, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Throwing on second down, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they come up now 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the 1st quarter before we spilled into the 2nd, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Carolina. 51 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Newton to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
It almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain?
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at it, teams on the march.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd and goal. Rodgers stepping up. He'll try and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
26. 59, Mike, 59.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 3 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Newton. Wright's got it. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
20.
From the gun, here's Newton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Gun.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Newton. And he's going to go down. But a penalty flag down as well. And if this is offsides, it's going to be a 1st. Good work that time to get him to jump. And now here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the fourth quarter, but second quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. The shotgun snap for Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. Preston Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So now Cam leads the Panthers up
20.
Following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
20. Let's go.
Newton now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. With it is Brown. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Plant. Go now. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Now watch one. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Rodgers going to throw again. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. Complete to Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Being chased out left. Looking downfield for Jones. This is caught inside the 15. A big pickup of 38. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play?
Watch out.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 6 yards away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun. Newton flushed out, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Well, that was a quick hitter drive. They had the huge play to get him down near the goal line, and then they run it in. I don't know that the defense ever had a chance to catch their breath.
A lot of the time now when we see people hit big plays, and each team defines a big play their own way, 10, 15-yard gains. In this case, it was a huge gain. They often want to hurry up and go right away. Keep the momentum going, hit them again, and I think we just saw that there. The second play resulted in pay dirt.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
At the 29-yard line.
from the 29. Rodgers. Jones has it. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Gano the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession now.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Inside. Tighten up.
Here's Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Gerald McCoy. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Hey, Delta.
Now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And that's complete to Brown. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Newton, and now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. He's got a man. Complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 44 yards.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Newton, he'll drop it off to McCaffrey. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Here's Newton. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. From the red zone now, Newton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it's going to be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Newton. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. One more hurdle here. They need the 2-point conversion to, for the moment, stay alive in these playoffs. Back to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. trying to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
And Adams has it complete. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
26.
Now Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Terry Poe breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. To throw is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Hey, 626. Hey, Echo. Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Dancing to his left. It's caught. Jones. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Ready.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Flushed out right. They will find Davis. That's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll go again to Jones. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down right around the 37. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set. Fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
Check three.
On first down, it's Jones. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Now Newton with his first throw in OT. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Newton. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Rashawn Gary picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
42's the mark, boy. 42's the mark.
From the gun, here's Newton. Forced out to his left. Uncorks one for Davis. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. There he goes, right side. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that'll just about do it for